do that?
Tak tahu lah continuous run ni, doktor.
Sebenarnya tak payah buat benda ni pun. Cuma explain je what, so that the function f1, f2, x2 constant function will not be constant function. They actually only map the line onto one point. So explain just here. How to explain? Not sure. Just so that you can understand that even when the composite, okay, for f1 and f2, so when you have that product f1 dot f2 both, then the condition should still remain the same, because if it equals to 0, 80 minus 50 is equal to 0, then you will obtain a constant function that is not really suitable for this projective plane. Okay. So proceed to number 6. Number 6, or proceed to number 7. Okay, this one show that if A is not equal to B, then X equals to Y. Okay, anyone? Check. The quiz, because this is a show only. If you, it's quite straightforward. If you put insert the cross ratio definition in the ABCX and ABCY, you can see that when A is not equal to B, X equals to Y. Anyone? Dari Muhammad Ahman bin Muhammad Zahar. You scan your answer. Ahman here. Jujur sangat lah. Nabilah lah. Nabilah juga.
Sebenarnya doktor, saya tak tahu buat soalan ni. I think doktor cakap kena guna cross ratio.
Kena guna cross ratio. Oh, tak boleh nampak tak nampak ratio dia.
I didn't know.
Tak perasan
Tak perasan. So memang
okay.
Sorry.
Never mind. Anyone? You? Shida ni mesti complex. Yeah. So you have to know that when you have that A, B, and then semicolon, CX, it is a cross ratio. Just insert the definition, okay, like Rushida did. Okay, should we compute? How you compute? Compute macam tu kan boleh? because you did not, some of you maybe did not know that there is cross ratio, then I think now you know, I think you should know also how to show 70 and 70. Okay, so I will not go into detail. We will proceed to tutorial 6.
Doktor nak tanya Kevin ni,
70.
dia kata show negative 1 kan? Tapi saya dapat 1 or negative 1.
1 or negative 1. 1 or negative 1.
Tapi dia punya question dia kata negative 1 je.
Because it is actually I did this halfway. I did not stop this also. So nanti kawan lain buat. Lepas tu saya compare. Boleh tak? Nanti tu cuba buat exam. Okay, ni tak betul. First, be around, okay? We will go to tutorial 6. I think tutorial 6. For this number 1, did anyone get the answer? Can you do this? Did you know how to obtain, since before this we only play around with the general form of projective transformation. Okay. Now we have to see how, and we also see how projective transformation F making 154 and how it has a certain cross ratio. And then now we need to find a projective transformation that takes the point 0, 1 infinity to another projective line with point 340. What is F? F is 12 over 4 minus X. Did anyone get that? Did everyone get that? Did everyone who did the tutorial get that? Dapat 12 over 4 minus X. So by using you can just use the general form F equals to X plus C. Okay. Then substitute the value and you can construct the function. Okay. Okay, for B, find the image of the point 2 under that transformation that you get in F. What is the image of 2? The image assuming F2 is equals to
6.
6. Yes. F2 is equals to 6. Then use it to check that F is the cross ratio of the point 0, 1, 2 infinity. How you check? How you did this? How can you check? So you can check that the cross ratio of the point 0, 1, 2 and infinity is actually equals to the cross ratio of F0, F1, F2, F infinity. Meaning you can see that the cross ratio of 0, 1, 2 infinity is 2. And then you see also the cross ratio of 3, 4, 6, 0, which is the image of that point just now under F, is also 2. So, conclude je lah. Okay? Because it just asks to check. Meaning if it is equal, meaning the F reserves the cross ratio. Okay? Okay, so adik-adik, dia ada tak cross ratio 0, 1 to infinity tau?
Is it yang guna formula R minus P in bracket S minus Q per
Yes,
factor?
cross ratio. Yes, use that one. Cross ratio kan? So 0, 1, semicolon, 2, infinity. Nanti you see that infinity, sebab ada infinity kan?
Yeah.
Infinity tu can cross the infinity.
Oh,
So
okay.
dapat
Cross out.
okay. Can cross out. Dia akan dapat cross ratio 2 because the cross ratio of the point and the image point equals to F is just the cross ratio. Okay, moving on to number 2. What is number 2? Still cross ratio. Menarik cross ratio. So many exercises to ensure that you remember the definition of the cross ratio. So sometimes it is quite confusing kan, kalau P minus A dulu ke, P minus B dulu ke. Okay, so number 2 is, you have to show that, show je lah. Masukkan je lah nilai tu kan. Okay, carefully just insert the, just follow the definition. Okay. And then for 2B, using A, B, C, D equals to 1. This one is just actually something that I have shown the one that equals to 1 over y, and then remember the 6 permutations. I tak bisa every whiteboard. Remember that if we have cross ratio, A, B, C, D, then if this is equal to 1, then actually using these same 4 points, meaning the same ABCD, actually produce another 5 permutations. What is 5 permutations? 5 permutations. Meaning if you commute this point A, B, C, D, then you can also obtain y and then 1 over y. Remember in lecture, then we also have 1 minus 1 over y, 1 minus y, and then y minus 1 over y. Okay. Then kita ada 6 patutnya. Cukuplah 6. Because in lecture I did not I did not do in detail. Y 1 over y, 1 over y, so 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1. So we also have, because we have this, we should also have 1 like this. Okay? So ada 6. These 6 are the 6 linear fractional functions of y that constitute cross ratio from the cross ratio constitute cross ratio group. Meaning from this permutation of 4 points, we can have the 6 linear fractional function. So because A, B, C, D, we have equals to y. Then if we want to find A, B, C, is equals to B minus A, C minus B over A minus p is actually this ABCD is actually C minus A and C minus A, B minus B, C minus B, B minus A. So if you have to compare, this is actually 1 over y, right? Okay, that completed the first one. So then you have to find A, C, D, D. And this is equal to B minus A, B minus C over B minus C, B minus A. If you cannot see the relation, you have to expand. Try to expand, and then there is actually about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 4 to 5 lines more here. Then you will obtain this as 1 minus 1. Okay, it's a good practice to polish up your algebra. Okay, what else? Number 6 again. Assuming that ABCD equals to y, find all other possible values where so for 2C, 2C, we already assume A, B, C, D, the close ratio of these points is equal to y. So we need to find all x1, x2, x3, x4. So what are all the possible values? I already give the answer here. This is actually all the possible values under the fixed permutation. So if you have to conclude, so in this, we have seen that together with y, we also get what we get just now, 1 over y and 1 minus y. Okay, so even in so this actually the relation, if we divide this, we have 1 over 1. So these are all the possible permutations. So if we have to divide this, minus first, we have 1 minus 1. Then the relation shifted is why divide and minus? Because this is division, this is minus the minus minus. So we have 1 over 1 minus 1. So if 1 minus this one, we have negative 1 over 1 minus 1. And then if we have to divide, we have this as 1 minus y over negative 1. And then if we 1 minus this one, we obtain 1 over 1. And then we obtain y again. So it will permute, the cycle is only like this. undergo the division and multiplication. Multiplication, so the subtraction. Okay. So we say this as when applying this transformation, which is the division and subtraction, we get 6 different values. 6 different values for the point lah. Point 6 different values for but if there is actually we said that this is 6 different values, but it is actually not only 6 permutations because remember in 2a, can you see that 4 cross ratio, 4 how to say the 4 the 4 the 4 permutations, maksudnya 4 permutation work equal A, macam A, B, C, D equal to C, D, A, B. So 4 permutations implies 1 value. So because there are actually 6 different values, then there are actually 24 permutations for the A, B, C, D. Okay? Objects yang dipanggil for the 4 objects. Okay? Since each value, the first ratio, works for 4 permutations, works for 4 permutations, and hence the number of all permutations of the 4 objects is 24. Okay? So soalan tadi nak apa? Find all possible values. So the answer is actually 6 values. Okay? But for additional info, there is actually 24 permutations. Okay? If we have x1, we have 4 points like this. Then for these 4 objects, we have 6 values of cross ratio. But there is actually 24 possible permutations, where these 24 omit only 6 values. Why? Because 4 permutations equals to 1 value. Okay? Okay. To relate with question 3, how many projective transformations send a quadrilateral to itself? How many? Find the number of values. Tapi nak find the number of values. Bolehkah can we determine the 6 numbers of values without knowing the values? Apa tanya dia? Soalan saya apa? Find all other possible values. Oh, find all other possible values, meaning you have to list all the y, 1 over y, 1 minus y. Okay? I highlight the number of possible values. There are 6 of them, so that you remember that for every 4 points like that, you can have 6 possible values. Okay? Even though that 4 object, 4 points A, B, C, D, we can have 24 permutations, but you don't need to find all the 24, because the 24 is actually, there is only 6. So by the time when you find when you already found all the 6, you don't need to proceed the computation. Okay? So if you see number 3, how many projective transformations send a quadrilateral to itself? The answer is 24. Why? Because a quadrilateral consists of 4 points, right? And that 4 points, just like the cross ratio in question number 3. Okay? By in words, you can say that, question number 3, not question number 2. Number 2 kan, sekarang question number 3. So number 3, we just say let A, B, C, D be a quadrilateral. Okay? So we have for each permutation, let's say this is the permutation of vertices A, B, C, D, meaning it is a permutation of 4 points. We have to map 4 points to another 4 points. But we also note this A, B, C, D, point 8, if you have 4 points A, B, C, D, there is already a unique projective transformation which is preserved by cross ratio with 6 values. Okay? For each permutation, there exists a unique projective transformation which stands in to remember question 1 where you see how this mapping is preserving the cross ratio. Okay. So there is a unique projective transformation which send this. Okay. Since there are 24 permutations, like the one in number 2, C, because now there are 24 permutations on the 4 elements or 4 objects, 4 elements. That then there are 24 projective sets, meaning these 4 points can be permuted until 24 times, where it actually corresponds to 24 projective maps. That actually taking the quadrilateral to itself, meaning still mapping to another quadrilateral. Okay. So how many particular projective transformations? There are 24 projective transformations. This one kan, actually kan, you can compare this with group S4, symmetric group. The symmetric group S4 has 24 elements. Sebab S4 kan, seri kan. So ada symmetry, then how the point is met. Distribution tu sebenarnya sama je dengan this quadrilateral. Okay. Number 4. Did you get number 4? What is the cross ratio? Did anyone get the cross ratio? The cross ratio should be 20/7. 20/7. You want me to show? Or you know how to obtain this? This is quite tricky because you have to imagine the line really carefully.
Tak usah tolong kerja. Please.
Okay. Kita tak provide solution tu, kita tulis yang sebelah ni. Whiteboard ni kan. So number it is 4. Number 4, calculate the cross ratio. So we want to find the cross ratio of 4 points. On infinite line. What are the 4 points? We have 1, 2, 0. And then we have 2, 3, 0. Okay, this is A, this is B. Then we have 3, 4, 0. And then 4, 1, 0. And if you see this, these are all 4 points on infinite line, where this line is actually on the z equals to 0 plane. Okay, see? So, because z equals to 0, we can actually transform these 4 points corresponding to the line R3, the line R2, the plane R2. Actually, space. So point X, Y, Z in R2 correspond to the line R3 passing through the origin and X, Y, Z. Okay. This is in R2 kan. So kalau kita nak compare to R3, so we should have X, Y, Z. But then Z is equal to 0. So we can just transform it to X, Y. This coordinate. But it is understood that it is actually R3 plane. Okay, R3 plane, but R3 lah. Okay. So, I already state that the cross ratio So I only take point X, Y, Z correspond to the line R3 passing through origin. Then the cross ratio should also be preserved. The cross ratio of 4 polynomial points in R2 is the cross ratio of corresponding 4 lines in R3. So we have it like this. We have X, then we have Y. Okay? Then we have one line. We can let this line equal to plus. Oh wait, in Y. Because the LCM of the point is, I think it is suitable to use plus. Okay? We can see that the LCM of this one is plus. So that we will not obtain any complicated fraction to be the value of x later on. Okay? So if you have to picture these 4 points on this R3, okay, but why I put x and y only? Because that equals to 0. So we have 3 points A, B, C. And then we have one, so we put it over here. So you say this is D. Okay, ya. Logik kan? Coordinate x, y, 0. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 1. Roughly je lah. Okay. Then, this, we said that this point corresponds to the line in R3, meaning this line A, we have from the origin to then this B also should be, anggap je lah tu straight line, yang red line tu straight. Okay. So, passing through line L. Okay. To find the cross ratio, of the 4 lines. See the line, the red line in R3, of the 4 lines, and we must note that all the lines are lying in the plane z equals to 0. Okay? In order to find this, we find the intersection intersections of this line with some line L. So that this is L. This line is L. So if we have the 4 points here, 1, 2, 3, 4, you can find the cross ratio because this is the only intersection point, the only, but for now we can assume that somehow the 4 lines in R3 is collinear, okay, and meeting at one line, and from this line we can determine the cross ratio. So how can we find these 4 points? Okay, so equation of lines in R space. We see that 0, 0, okay, 0 to 8, and then we have lines 2, 3, and then we have another line 3, 4. These are all the lines 4, 1. And then we have slope. Slope 2, 3 over 2, 4 over 3, and 1 over 4. These are all the slopes. So the equation of the line is y equals to 2x, y equals to 3 over 2x, y equals to 4 over 3x, and y equals to 1 over 4x. Okay? So we just let the L line is y equals to 12. So that we can have x equals to 1 over 2y, meaning x is equal to 6. Equals to 6. We have the x as a whole number, not any fraction. Okay? It will help you to compute the cross ratio. So because we already obtained this f, then cross ratio let's say you choose a line y equals to something else. You should still get this 20 over 7. Okay?
Mesin 1 masak ialah 9:50.
So everyone okay? Try to find other questions in book or maybe from the internet how actually we can the question, but still the basic concept actually in the basic like this one what you can is the line in R2, right? The R3.
Mesin
This is in
1
R2
masak
actually
ialah
tak tingkat ke 10.
9:51.
Actually correspond to R2. So that's all for today's class. Jadi kita we continue number 5 is 2020. Any problem with number 5? Kita quarterly this is a revision, right? Only number 5 now. Buat dah. Okey kan? Semua okey kan? Tak apa nak lepas ni kalau ada problem nanti kita
Session 1
I
masak
tak start
ialah
lagi
9
tutorial
pukul
7
52 minit.
Number 6 tu kan, ABC tu, the question is actually related because number 6A actually imply number 6B and then for number 6A imply number 6, something like that. It's related, so we need to, it is not a long answer. Unless for this situation, this is lost really communication, that one quite long. Sebab dia computation kan, yang lain tu macam very short explanation. Okay, ada soalan tak? Kawasan korang semua tak kita banjir. Alhamdulillah. Kan ada kawan yang terlibat banjir juga dalam ni. So, mostly semua duduk dalam transfer kan.
Session 1 masak ialah 9 pukul 53 minit.
Bila kau tak siap tu, tak lama nak bagi siap tu. Alhamdulillah. Dah ada dah, apa tu ada dah. Alhamdulillah ada duduk tinggal kan. Kita tengok dekat profile tu, kita tak mana. Tak mana. Bulan lepas tu luas gila kan. Malah lah nak cari alamat ni orang. Bulan lepas tu kampung saya.
Session 1 masak ialah 9 pukul 54 minit.
Okay, siapa yang nak keluar boleh keluar dah. Nak merepek-repek duduk sini. Buah datu India ni duduk mana? Tak nama dia buah datu India. Johor. Johor tak mana? Johor tu lagi besar daripada sini. Masak. Tak masak. Lima tahun duduk Johor, saya duduk JB je. Saya tak pernah tempat lain je. JB pun besar. Saya duduk Sudai je diam-diam. Bukan Sudai, saya duduk Taman New je. Saya tak pernah. Okay. Okay. Bye-bye. Dah sayang. Jumpa.
Session 1 masak ialah 9 pukul 55 minit.
Thank you everyone. Tunggu merepek pula.
Tapi